How's it going, everyone? And welcome back here. Of course, I'm Golden Boy, joined by Nagatron, the winner of that amazing series that we saw there. Naga, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
You feeling good?
Absolutely.
Congratulations,
Just won another
man.
free trip to China.
Yeah, like that's pretty big. So, I guess from my knowledge, tell me a little bit about your team, man, Fulcrum.
I mean, that's a really long story to get into, but basically to break it down, Friction. Kyle is basically our main caller. Most of the time, he called a lot of the battles today. Most of the time, I'm just chiming in a little bit here and there and playing, not having to worry about it. We've got a stellar team altogether.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of different tournament teams essentially come together with the goal of trying to make a professional run at World of Tanks. So
yeah, awesome stuff. And now a friend of mine, Haywood, he's a competitor in World of Tanks, and he texted me saying that you guys had to play your WGL NA match from a hotel/cafe. What's up with that?
It wasn't a hotel. Actually, the other team, Burn, they had to play from a hotel. So we ended up finding a kind of a games workshop, where they do like board games and card games and that kind of stuff. So they had like a Magic the Gathering tournament going on, and people were like painting their Warhammer pieces, and we're still in there like awesome, yelling at each other. They were really cool. It was endless gaming.
Awesome stuff, man. I mean, now I do want to ask you about I guess that matchup there, that draw that then led into that rush. I mean, what were you guys thinking the first time in the draw? What were you expecting from Burn in regards to how they were going to play that one in the first matchup that we saw on I'm trying to remember the map.
Provorovka. So basically what happened is we started out and we were assuming that they were going to run their last setup, the 132s and the Pershings, and we knew that we could take that out as long as we got pretty quick contact on it. And we figured if they did that, they would go to the 1-2 line.
Okay.
Because they already went the other way and it didn't work, so the natural thing is to either change up tanks or change up locations. So we committed in that. Once we saw they had the 32 and the 1390s, we weren't 100% sure of the tempo and everything we wanted to set, so we just stayed in the west, and once we get locked out there, it's hard to get across. So we just played it safe, and then
something I clearly saw, like you guys you kept on identifying G-Force, like you kept on having them, and it kind of gave you like an idea, like okay, maybe they're in this area here, but and they tried to make attempts to move up there, but they never really did anything. And then I believe it was, I think it was you actually, or Revan. I'm not entirely sure.
I went down,
yes,
and then we were able to pick up Revant.
That's right.
Their 1390.
That's right.
We were slightly in motion when it came down. We were mostly prepped for it. I probably could have held my shot a little bit longer and stay alive. I thought I had a little bit more avenue to run than I did.
Okay.
So it worked out in the sense that we were able to tie it up right before it went down. But we should have been able, I think, to grab one or two and actually win that match.
Yeah.
But that's a strong move by Burn trying to grab it. Anytime you're trying to go for an 8-point rule, that's a huge risk. You either get it and you win the match, or you mess it up, which is very, very small margin, and then you just 8-pointed yourself and you gave the other team.
I think a huge credit in that second round goes to Soviet, without a doubt. I mean, Soviet came up big, man. He was just destroying those guys inside of the cap point there. G-Force tried to stop him. He couldn't make anything happen, and then Absolute Royal came in and cleaned that one up. I think you guys played that one amazingly. I was worried for a second. I was like, oh, my God, Fulcrum getting caught off guard here, and then you guys were able to respond.
Yeah, Soviet is always one of our better players. He's very consistent, hits most of his shots. Accuracy is his thing. If he misses a single shot, he can't forgive himself. He's got awesome. All sorts of claw marks and whip marks from every shot he has. It's like 10 flails, I think, something like that.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
Not really.
Probably would. I don't know, man. I mean, some crazy stuff I've been seeing today. Of course, the action has been awesome, and I want to thank you guys. So how do you feel about going to China?
Awesome. We went there last year, so we know a little bit more about what to expect. We're definitely looking forward to playing the international teams again. Both times we've played them so far, we haven't delivered exactly as far as we could, and we've taken third both times. So we're really gunning to take first this time, at the very least. Hopefully competing against Na'Vi at some point. The Na'Vi's the number one team in the world.
Yes, I heard.
The Russians,
that's right.
So it's always fun to play them, and hopefully this time we'll be able to take them on.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, Naga, I want to thank you so much for taking your time, and congratulations once again, guys. We're going to go to a brief commercial break, and then Frank is going to have the winner ceremony, so don't go anywhere.